Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dice Cast. I'm Nick, and I'm joined this week by Alex.
Hi there.
And we've got a matchup against the new Stormcast book and the Seraphon. What do you got today?
For my list, I'm bringing Coalesced, doing Thunder Lizards.
I'm excited to see what they can do now in 3.0. All the monsters they've got.
Yeah. My Thunder Lizards is just a nice way to throw monsters on the table with some extra wounds.
For my Stormcast list, I'm running things a little bit different this time. I'm trying out the Celestant Prime, and he got the 4 wards, so I think he's a little bit more beefy now.
Yeah, way better now.
Yeah, it used to be that he'd come down, do some damage, and then get wiped off the table immediately, and hopefully he'll have some staying power now.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see how the new book works, too, because it's only been out a day and a half. So
let's get into the list.
So I'm bringing a Command Entourage with Croak, a Skink Priest, and a Skink Star Priest. The Star Priest knows Hand of Glory, and the Skink Priest has Heal for a prayer. Croak knows all the spells from the Slant spell lore. And then I'm bringing a Battle Regiment, and that's going to have my Astrolith Bearer to help Croak out and give that 6-up ward. A Stegodon with Skink Chief, who is my general, and he will have the Amulet of Destiny as the Prime War Beast. And then the Bastillodon with Solar Engine, 2 units of 10 Skinks, a unit of 5 Saurus Guard to help protect Croak, and 1 Salamander. And then I am bringing the Command Entourage so I can get an extra relic, and that extra relic is going on the Engine of the Gods, and that is the required Fusel of Conflagration. So that is my 2,000 point list. Comes in at 1980.
For my list, I'm running Knights Excelsior, which is a little bit different for me. That's going to be the Paladin faction, so all Paladins become battle line, and then their ability with that is the ability to give Paladins +1 to hit, +1 to wound if they're fighting a larger count unit than themselves. I only have 2 units of Paladins along. I've got 2 units of Annihilators to fit into that. I've also got 3 units of Vindictors, so all of those are battle line, and because of that, they're going to be supplementing my Hold the Line grand strategy. So all of them will have to die for me to fail my strategy. I also have a Celestant Prime, as I mentioned in the intro. He's really my beat stick in the army. A Lord Imperatant is the only other hero as my general. He's got the Shock and Awe command trait to help my deep strikes. And then he's got the Mirror Shield artifact, which I think is really probably the best artifact in the new Stormcast book. He can't be shot from further away than 9 inches, so that'll really help in most matchups, and this matchup is no exception there. I've also got the new Stormstrike Chariot. I'm excited to see that on the table, see what it can do. It does have some pretty decent output, although output across the board is going to be curbed against this Coalesced army. In addition, I've got a unit of 6 Longstrikes, and the command ability that I took is the ability to get those Longstrikes shooting once per game in the hero phase. And then 3 Ether Wings just to round out the list and help with Unleash Hell and their ability to supplement the Longstrikes. So I'm excited to see what it can do. It's a little bit more shooty than I normally go, but it does have some melee power from the Chariot, from the Annihilators. It can get stuff done in melee, so we'll see how it goes. So today we're going to be playing Survival of the Fittest. This is the battle plan where you pick an Apex Predators unit, or you pick 3 of them rather, and the opponent gets extra points if their Predators kill your Predators and vice versa, so those Predators are trying to seek each other out. The Predators that you pick do have to be on the battlefield when you pick them, so that can affect your strategy in terms of deep strike and how you're planning that. So we'll get into deployment here. I do outdrop Alex. I've got 4 drops to his 5, so I will have choice of turn. And my strategy here is really going to be keep the hard-hitting units in reserve, try to see how his deployment goes, and then try to counteract that. Depending on how aggressively he sets up, I may or may not deep strike some of my shooting units, and we'll go from there. So, good luck, Alex.
Good luck. I deployed very conservatively. I'm just trying to muddy up the back lines a little bit so you can't drop Annihilators or Celestant Prime back here and just, wreck me from the back. I'm making you kind of, if you're going to drop them now, which you're not going to drop Celestant Prime now, but if you're going to drop the Annihilators now, you got to drop them in front and just kind of keep them a little more forward. And then Croak, the Skinks, the Heroes, and the Engine of the Gods, I'm trying to keep within that 6-inch or the 12-inch 6-up ward from the Astrolith Bearer. I don't get choice here. I could go first or second. So I'm trying to deploy because you deployed very aggressively, and I kind of one drop at a time to make you, do your battle regiment. So seeing how aggressively you deployed, I just tried to deploy a little more conservatively. That way, if you take first turn, maybe I have a chance to hold up to some of it, and if you make me take first turn, there are still a few things I can do.
So given the deployment, this feels strange. I would ordinarily never do this against a Lord Croak-backed Seraphon list, but I feel like I can do enough in turn 1 to make it worth it to go first. So I am going to go top of turn 1, try to get some significant output, and try to weaken what the swing back will be. With as defensively as Alex set up, I feel like I can hopefully get some damage out with my long strikes. They're so effective as a unit. And then just kind of pin him back where he doesn't want to be, and hopefully then carry into round 2 in a favorable situation. So my predators are going to be my unit of long strikes, my Stormstrike Chariot, and my Lord Imperatant.
Okay, so I'm going to be choosing Croak, my Skink Chief on Stegadon, and my Bastillodon for my predators.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Good luck, Alex.
Good luck.
My battle tactic here in turn 1 is going to be Ferocious Advance. I'm going to pick the Lord Imperatant, this unit of Vindictors in the middle, and the unit of Aether Wings. They all have to run in order to complete that. Hopefully I'll be able to achieve that. Doesn't seem too lofty a goal. And then my hero phase is relatively simple. I don't have any priests or wizards or anything like that. No buffs to hand out. So my heroic action is going to be my Lord Imperatant is going to attempt to get an extra command point. And he's going to fail that on a 3.
And I'm going to do the same with the Skink Chief on Stegadon, which I also fail.
Okay. And then during the hero phase, I'm going to use my once per game command ability from the Lord Imperatant. He's going to use his free once per turn command point and enable the long strikes to shoot. I'm going to put all of these shots, it's going to be 12 shots from the long strikes. They did get a nice upgrade. Put all these shots into the Stegadon with Skink Chief here.
Okay.
Yep. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, 6s are mortals to hit. So, not a great attack roll, but I did get 2 mortal wounds there. 2's the wound. And so that it is 6 at -2.
Is it 2 more wounds per shot?
For the for the 6s to hit, but these are just 2 damage will be reduced to
6 at -2?
Yep.
So I saved 2.
Okay. And those would be 2 damage each, but instead they're reduced to 1, so it's just going to be 6 total damage with the mortal wounds.
Okay. And he has a 5-up ward from the Amulet of Destiny.
Yep.
I save 1 of those, so I take 5.
Okay. And then we can get into movement.
So I'm going to use a command point to redeploy with the Skink Chief on Stegodon. Just to try to get a little bit farther away. Should I get 1 inch farther?
Rough. That's it for movement. Playing it pretty safe here. Going to drop in 1 unit of Annihilators at the end of movement then. Using the Imperative to drop them outside of 7. As they come down, they're only going to hit the Engine of the Gods and the Bastiladon with their Deep Strike. Hopefully get some damage there. On the Engine of the Gods, on a 3-up. Yep, D3. 1 mortal wound.
Save it on a 6-up from the Astrolith Bear? Nope.
And then on the Bastiladon, yes, 2 mortal wounds on him.
And he does not have a ward save.
The only shooting I have that's in range is going to be the long strikes. They're going to put all their shots into the Stegodon. On Skink Chief, I am going to spend a command point to all-out attack with them.
Okay. I will spend a command point for all-out defense, taking away 1 of the 2 Ren.
Sure. So 12 shots again. And this is going to be on 2s and 2s with 6s to hit, doing mortals.
Oh, it's 2s and...
Because of the all-out attack.
Oh, yeah. So that's 6 mortals.
It's 6 mortal wounds.
Damn, they're really good.
And then we've got 5 at -2.
5 saves. Normally it'd be 6 ups. Now it's 5 ups. So I save 1. So that's 10.
And they're reduced to 1 damage each.
Yeah. 2, 4, 6.
So it's 6 mortals and then 4 went through. Yeah.
5 ups. I need to make 3 of these. And I did not. So he is gone.
I'll take it. It does make my charge with the Stormstrike impossible, I think, but I'll take it.
He is my general. And he is a prime, or a apex predator or whatever.
Okay, because the long strikes killed him then, I will get a command point for that.
Command point?
Or a victory point, excuse me. That's all the shooting I have, and then charges. The only charge I have that's within range is going to be the Annihilators. They need a 7 here, and they're going into the Bastiladon or the Engine of the Gods. They still have the option. They do have a built-in reroll on their charges. And they've got a 7, so they're just going to go in. When they charge, they do Ogre Charge, so they got a 7, so I'm rolling 7 dice, looking for 4s. And that is going to be 5 mortal wounds on the Bastiladon. Before we go to combat phase, then it's a monster as well. These are in hunters, so they won't get the charge effect, but yeah, Unleash Hell.
Now, Unleash Hell, would that be after your mortal wounds?
Same timing, so...
Yeah, so you would get yours.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get 6 shots with the Bastiladon because he is now on 7 wounds.
Now, effectively, they are -2 to be hit right now. 1 from Unleash Hell, 1 from they Deep Struck, and my general has the Shock and Awe command trait.
Yeah, so that's going to be on 5s.
Of course, that caps at -1.
Yes. And 3s. For 2 wounds, -1 round.
Okay, that puts them on 3-ups, and saved them both.
Okay.
Alright, now I'll do that pile-in at the beginning of the combat phase. They're going to fight first. My Knight's Excelsior ability here I'd love to use at the start of the combat phase. but I can't because they need to be outnumbered by the unit they're going into to trigger that. I am going to spend a command point for all attack here.
Yep.
So the unit has a total of 10 attacks, and these are going to be on 2s and 3s. And that is going to be 6 at -1.
Okay, that puts me on a 5 up. So I failed 2.
And normally they would be 2 damage each, but currently just 1 damage each.
Okay. So he is going to attack back. He just has a bludgeoning tail. Are they minus anything to hit right now?
They are minus 1 to hit.
Minus 1 to hit, so they're going to be 4s and 3s. All hit. And 1 wound at -1.
Okay, that puts them on a 3. Hit.
Cool. Okay.
No relevant battle shock to take here. I do hold 2 objectives and more objectives than my opponent, so that's going to put me on 3 victory points there. I did complete my battle tactic for ferociously advancing up the middle, so that's going to put me on 5, and then I killed a monster. That's going to put me on 6, plus the Prime War Beast is going to put me on 7.
Good turn.
Very effective turn. It was definitely a risk going first, but I got done what I was hoping to get done going first. Killing the Bastillodon really would have just been gravy, but feel pretty good about where I'm at. I will gain a command point. Alex does not gain that benefit as his general is deceased.
Okay, so start of the hero phase. I have to pick a battle tactic. I'm going to pick aggressive expansion. Heroic action. We are going to try to, because the engine of the gods, leadership is only, or bravery is only 6. So we are going to try to get a command point with the engine of the gods.
You get it on a 2 up now.
So I have a extra command point that I can use only with the engine of the gods.
Sure.
That.
For mine, I will attempt to get an extra command point as well with my Lord Imperator. And I'll get that up on a 6.
So Croak gets extra command points at the beginning of the hero phase on a 4 up. So I get 2 extra command points. The Skink Star Priest gets one on a 5 up. So I get 3 extra command points. Then I will. I have prayers. The Skink Priest will try to heal the engine of the gods. So we are going to do heal on a 3 up, which I get. Which will heal D3 wounds. He only has 1 wound, so
Back up to full.
back up to full on the engine of the gods. The Skink Priest is going to use his Starstone Staff on the engine of the gods to let him run and still shoot or charge. On a 3 up, which I do not get. So we will attempt with the engine of the gods, because he is now a priest, according to FAQ. He will curse the Annihilators on a 4 up, which I don't get either. And then we will do Lord Croak. Celestial Asterism is the Sage's Staff for the turn. Just give me the extra +1.
Designated Croak, I assume.
Yes. So we are going to cast Mystic Shield on the Engine of the Gods, which goes off on a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Goes off.
So he is Mystic
I don't
Shield.
have any unbinds.
Okay. We're going to cast Celestial Apotheosis on the Bastillodon. Try to heal him up a little bit. Goes off on a 5. Whoops. So that is a 5, 6,
11.
7, an 11. So he heals D3 for 1. Croak will cast Comic Skull. Goes off on a 7. Which I get on another 11. So that's going to be D6 units. Take D3 mortal wounds for 5. So we're going to do your Annihilators, your General, your Longstrikes, your Chariot, and this unit of Vindictors right here.
Sounds good.
So for the Annihilators, they're going to take 1.
Okay.
The Vindictors are going to take 2. The Chariot is going to take 3. The Longstrikes are going to take 3. And your General is going to take 3 as well. Any of those could have been feel no pains for the second half. And the last thing we are going to cast is Celestial Deliverance, just to hit that unit of Annihilators again, which I get on a
it's only 15. A 15.
Yeah. So on a 2-up, they take D3 for 2.
Okay, that is going to finish 1 off. He is going to do some potential mortal wounds to the Bastiladon there. Got 4 dice, looking for 6s. 1 mortal wound at him.
But I healed him that wound earlier.
You did?
And then the Skink Star Priest is going to cast Hand of Glory on the Salamander over there. He has an additional 6 inches of range from the Astrolith Bearer. So, and that will go off on a 7. Hand of Glory. Yes. Okay. Serpent Staff is going to go on to the Engine of the Gods. So I'm good to go to the movement phase.
I'll be redeploying the Chariot, spend a command point. I am going to use the free command point that the Lord Imperatant got at the start of the turn.
Redeploy.
And he's going to redeploy 6 inches.
Brought everything kind of up to still not stay where he was. The Salamanders were going to shoot at the Chariot, which redeployed when I moved the Priest. So took him just out of range for the Salamanders, which is a bummer. Also, you redeployed onto the objective, so I'm in a bit of a pickle here, where I was originally thinking, oh, the Chariot's off of it, my guy onto it will count, but now I am 1 less, so I need to do some killing here. So that is my movement phase. Alright, the Skinks are going to shoot into the Chariot. This unit of Skinks right here. It's going to be 2 hits. 2 hits on those. And 1 wound. No round.
Yep. 3 up. Save.
Alright, the Engine of the Gods will use his engine. 3d6 and consult the table. So that is going to be 12.
There's a range in which you can do a reroll or something, isn't it?
No, within 12 inches of the
3 dice.
slant, he gets 3 dice.
Yeah.
So this is going to be pick 1 enemy unit within 24, or pick each enemy unit within 12, and on a 2-up, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Units there.
Yeah, so we are going to do the each enemy unit within 12 inches, which is going to be your Vindictors, your Chariot, and your Aetherwings.
Just out.
They're just out?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Chariot is going to take 1 mortal wound.
Is it a roll to see if you do the mortal wound?
It's a 2-up, and then a mortal wound.
1 mortal wound on the Chariot?
Yep. The Vindictors are going to take 2. And the Aether Wings, how many wounds are the Aether Wings?
2.
2 each. The Aether Wings are going to take 2.
Okay.
Okay. The Bastiladon is going to shoot into the Annihilators. Doesn't have a lot of choice. At 9 wounds, he gets 5 attacks.
I will go ahead and spend a command point here for all-out defense.
You're going to be hitting on 4s, 1 hit, and no wounds.
Okay.
These 10 skinks are going to shoot into the Annihilators. On 5s, 3 hits, and 2 wounds. No Ren, which puts you on effectively a 1-up save.
2 of them?
Yes.
Save both.
Hey, there you go. And typically I would use the Thunder Lizard's ability to shoot with the Bastiladon again, but since you all out defense them, and they're saving on 2s, and I only have 5 attacks, I'm actually going to use it to spin the engine.
Sure.
Engine of the Gods again.
Vastly more effective with that.
Yes. So I use a command point, and we will roll to see what the engine gets. That is an 8. I believe that's a heal. That will affect no one, because the Bastiladon is outside of 12. And Engine of the Gods is at full. So, and we're actually going to use the Engine of the Gods command point for that.
Sure.
Then I think we can go into charges. We are going to charge with the Engine of the Gods into the chariot. On a 7. When the Engine of the God charges, I roll a 3-up to see if I do D3 mortal wounds to the chariot, which I do, for 1 mortal wound.
Sure.
Okay, so that is going to be it.
My chariot is in Hunters of the Heartlands, as are the Annihilators, so there's no monstrous actions to do.
Yes, not a lot I can do there. So I will be going into combat and lowering my Engine of the Gods crest at the chariot.
Sure.
So now I'm +1 to save with Mystic Shield, and plus another one with the crest.
Sure.
Okay. And we will go into combat.
Which one do you activate first?
I'm going to activate the Engine of the Gods, and
Okay.
I'm going to spend a command point for all-out attack.
I will use the Lord Imperitance free command point to give all-out defense to the chariot.
So we're going to attack with the Massive Horns. 2 attacks, 2s and 3s. So there's 2s and 3s for 2 at -1.
Okay. With the all-out defense, he's on a 2-up, so these will go to 3-ups.
That was 1/6 wound. So you take an additional mortal wound from the Serpent Staff from the Skink Star Priest, which I put on the Engine of the God.
Got it. So 2 saves here at -1, 3-ups, and made them both.
Okay. Then we will go to Grinding Jaws. I have an additional attack for being coalesced. This is going to be 2s and 3s as well. Ooh, that was not great. And that is a 6 to wound.
So 1 mortal wound.
An additional mortal wound.
And any rend on this one?
This is -1 as well.
Okay. 3s. Failed that.
That's 2 damage.
Okay, so total of 3 damage there.
And Crushing Stomps, this is going to be 5 attacks, 2s and 3s. Rolling a lot of 1s. And that is 2 wounds -1 rend.
Okay, 3s. Made 1.
That's 2 damage.
2 damage. That puts him at 11.
So that is so close.
My activation then is going to be the Annihilators going into the Bastiladons.
Yes, sir.
Or the Basiladon. Gonna have 7 attacks here. These are 3s and 2s. That is going to be 7 at -1. Excuse me, these are 3s and 3s. Excuse me, those are 3s and 3s. So that's actually 4 at -1. 5 at -1.
Okay. That is going to be on 5 up, which I save 3 of. So that is 2 go through.
They would be 2 damage each.
So I go to 11.
Sure. Still alive.
Yeah. So both of our 12 wound units went to 11 this turn.
The Thunder Lizard's coming through for you there.
Yeah, yeah.
I've just got the Chariot then, or you've got the Bastiladon.
I have the Bastiladon, 3 attacks with the Bludgeoning Tail. This is going to be 3s and 3s. For 1 at -1.
3.
You're good.
And then I've got the Chariot swinging back.
Yes, sir.
First time attacking with the Chariot, pretty excited about it. The Axe is going to be 3 3s and 3s. That is 2 at -1.
So -1, he's on a 4 up. He has +2 to his save from Mystic Shield and lowering his horns, so it's going to be on a 3 up. Should I make one fail one?
Okay, 1 damage. The Spear is going to be 2 3s and 3s. That is going to be 2 at -2.
Okay, this is going to be on my 4 up. Should I make one?
Normally 2 damage. There's 1 damage against you. And then the Razor Beaks and Claws, 6 3s and 3s.
You are rolling hot.
I am. I'll take it.
There we go.
Not as good. That is just 2 at -2.
2 at -2, that puts me on a 4 up, and I save neither.
1 damage on those.
Take 4 wounds total from that combat.
Not too bad.
So, I hold this, or take this objective. I did not complete my battle tactic because you backed that Chariot up, and I almost killed him, but didn't quite. So I am going to get 1 here, correct?
Yes, just 1 for holding 1 objective and nothing removed. I did lose 1 model from a few of my units, but none of that will result in relevant battle shock.
So not a great start. Was definitely hoping for more output than that. But now I get to cross my fingers and pray for a double.
There you go. That's the name of the game.
Yeah. Hey!
You have the choice.
It's a hard choice to make, but I think I'm going to take the double. I'm set up right now with Croak, with Celestial Deliverance. I could potentially wipe out that unit of Annihilators, which would be big. The Stegodon, I feel like can clear out that Chariot, and my Salamanders might actually get close enough to do some damage this turn. So, all right, we will go into Seraphon turn 2.
I get 3 command points, and you will start the turn with 1 with your general debt.
Yes, I will start the turn with 1. Croak has a command point ability on 4 ups. I get 2 additional, and the Skink Star Priest on a 5 up. So I get 3 to start. With the heroic action, I am going to try to get a command point with the Engine of the Gods, which I do because my general is dead.
Yep. And I will attempt to heal the Lord Imperator. And I rolled a 9, which is equal to his bravery, so he's going to heal for 1.
So we are going to, for battle tactic this turn, I'm going to do Broken Ranks. Is your chariot a battle line unit right now? No? Okay.
The Vindictors all are, and the Annihilators are.
Okay. So I feel like I could probably kill the Annihilators this turn. The Engine of the Gods is going to curse that unit of Vindictors behind him.
Okay.
Which I do not get. The Skink Star Priest is going to Serpent Staff the Engine of the Gods again.
Okay.
And he will cast Hand of Glory on the Engine of the Gods as well. Which I do not get. And then he will attempt to, or the Skink Priest will attempt to heal the Engine of the Gods, which I don't get either. We are just going to do the Starstone Staff ability from the Skink Priest onto the Skinks behind him, which I do not get. And we will go into Croak's Magic. And we're going to keep it the same Celestial Asterism.
Sure.
He is going to cast Comet Skull, which I get on a 11 for D6 units. For 2 this time, not as good. We are going to do it onto the Longstrike.
Yep, Longstrikes.
And the
Stormstrike Chariot.
the Lord Imperator.
The Lord Imperator.
Okay, so Longstrikes take 2.
Okay.
And the your general takes 3. We are going to cast Celestial Deliverance, which I get on a 9, which is only going to affect this unit here.
Sure.
So the Annihilators don't take anything.
Sure.
We're going to cast it again. Try to whittle the Annihilators down. It goes off. And they take 2.
Okay.
And then let's cast it one more time and see if we can do some more damage into this. Yeah. So that is an 8. So that does not go off. That is a spell that did not go off with Croak. If anybody was noticing.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah. Okay. The hero phase for the Realm Shaper engine. I do want to try to. I'll be on a 2-up for the Annihilators, and I do really want a battle line unit gone. So we are going to do it with this terrain piece. Okay, so this is on a 2-up. The Annihilators will take D3 for 1.
Okay, that does finish off that 1. He's going to have 4 dice to try to do some mortals. Looking for 6s.
Is that just whenever they die?
Yeah, if they die within 1 inch of an enemy. No 6s there.
Okay, so that definitely helped. So we will go into movement phase. So my goal here is to kill that Annihilator. So I moved up, kept the Skinks in range. I can charge back with the Source Guard if I need to, and potentially Croak if I need to. And then I do want to wipe out this Chariot, so I started moving everything forward towards the objectives to try to start scoring some points on those. Really not in a great place here with, I think you're up 6. So just trying to wipe out as much on the board as I can, and especially that Annihilator so I can get my battle tactic. Start of the shooting phase, we will fire up the engine with the Engine of the Gods. That is a 10-13. I get to set up a unit of 10 Saurus Warriors.
Very nice.
So I got lucky there with a unit of Swords Warriors coming down. So that's just extra bodies. So definitely helpful. We are going to shoot the Bastillodon into the Annihilators. I'm going to shoot first with the Javelins. I always forget they have Javelins.
I'm going to spend a command point for all-out defense.
Okay. So this is going to be 5s and 4s. Nothing with the Javelins. And 5 attacks with the Arc. Or the Solar Engine. 4s and 3s. For nothing. Not ideal. We are going to shoot with the Skink Star Priest. We're going to shoot back into that Annihilator. 2 attacks, 3s and 3s. Both hit, both wound, -1.
Okay, that's going to be 2 ups. Made them both.
Okay. Then we have the 10 skinks here that are going to shoot into this back unit of Vindictors. 5s. Fives and 5s, so 4 hit. And 1 wound.
Okay.
No rend.
3 up. Made it.
The 10 skinks over by the Bastillodon are going to shoot into the Annihilator. So our 5s and 5s. 4 hits again. And no wounds. The Skink Priest is going to shoot his Starbolt into the Vindictors behind the chariot. That is going to be 2 attacks, 4s and 3s, for nothing. And we are going to spend a command point from the Engine of the Gods to fire up his engine one more time. That is a 10. That is going to be every unit within 12, which should hit.
Quite a few things here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's going to hit everything here,
Yeah.
but not the Annihilator.
Sure. It's on a 2 up.
I believe so. I just need 1 for the chariot, so I'm really hoping that one hits. Alright, so chariot takes 3.
The chariot, he'll do his Thunder Strike back. Got 13 dice to roll here. Looking for 6s. Going to be 3 mortal wounds back to the engine.
Okay. Goes up to 7 wounds taken. The Vindictors that are in a line.
Sure.
Back there, yep. For 1.
Okay.
The 4 Vindictors that are huddled up there. For 2.
Okay.
The Aetherwings. For 1. Your. Yep. Your General. For 3.
That will take him off.
And your Longstrikes for 3.
Okay.
So definitely a worthwhile command point spent there. Definitely got my money out of that one. We're going to shoot with the Salamander into this unit of Vindictors right here.
Sure.
That's Stream of Fire, 3s and 3s. That 6 goes through to an automatic D3 mortal wounds. So that mortal wounds is 2, and then 3s to wound with that, which is at -2.
5s. Made that, so
Okay,
just
so
2 mortal
two
wounds.
mortal wounds. Not too bad. And that should be all of my shooting. So we will go into charges. So we are going to charge the Source Guard into the Annihilators. So Source Guard into the Annihilator for a 7. That should definitely make it. We will charge the Stegodon, or the Engine of the Gods, into the Vindictors. Right behind him. Or we're going to charge him. See where he winds up. 5.
I'm going to spend a command point for Unleash Hell on the Longstrikes there. They're at -1 to hit, but first you do some mortal wounds.
Yes. On a 3-up, I do D3 mortal wounds to the Vindictors for 1.
Okay. So the Longstrikes here are -1 to hit from Unleash Hell, but +1 to hit because of the Aether Wings near their target. So they're going to be hitting on 3s and wounding on 2s. That is 2 at -2.
That puts me on a 4-up, or a 6-up, sorry. So I fail, make 1, fail 1.
Would be 2 damage, but down to 1.
It's up to 8 wounds taken. And then we will charge with the Salamander. That is a 12, so definitely going to get somewhere. Let's roll a charge with the Warriors and see what happens. And I got a 10. So let's see where we can get with these guys. That is going to be my charges. At the end of charge phase, I will stomp with the Engine of the Gods, which I don't get, and then we will move into combat. At the start of combat, I will lower the Engine of the Gods crest at the Vindictors, and we are actually going to go into the Source Guard first. Because that Annihilator is important for me to take out.
I will spend a command point here for all-out defense. If I can survive with him, it's big.
So we are going to get 11 attacks from the polearms, 2 each, and then 1 for the leader. And we are going to spend a command point for all-out attack as well. Because I really want him dead. So this is going to be 2s and 3s. A couple 1s in there.
One more 1 there.
One more 1. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 at -1.
With the all-out defense, these are on 2s. And I failed 2 of those, 1 damage each, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he survives.
2, 4, 6, 8.
For now.
Yes. And then I have Powerful Jaws. This is going to be 4s and 4s because I all-out attacked. There's going to be 2 at no red.
2 big save rolls here. Need 2s. Need to make both. And I did not.
Oh, thank you.
So he dies. He is going to try to put some mortal wounds into the Bastillodon.
Yes, sir.
6s. Made 1 of them.
Hey, that's enough to kill him.
I'll take it. I'll take that trade.
I'll take the points. Broken ranks, unfortunately, I get, but I did not get with a monster, so I don't get the extra point.
Sure. My activation then. Looks like I've got 2 of them in to the Salamanders. Neither is the Prime, so it's going to be a total of 4 attacks going into the Salamander. 3s. 1 mortal wound. And just 1 normal hit. And a 3 at -1.
Okay, that's going to be a 5 up do not make it. That's 1 damage, correct?
With the mortal wounds, total of 2.
Total of 2.
Yeah.
So 2 salamanders, or 2 skink handlers run, or die. So I'm going to go next into the, with the Engine of the Gods.
Sure.
I'm just going to pile in just a hair. So we are going to do his massive horns, and he did get the serpent staff this turn, so 6s to wound, do mortal wounds. So it's going to be 3s and 3s. For nothing on that. Grinding Jaws with an extra attack from Coalesced. 3s and 3s for 1 at -1.
1 at -1 on the Vindictors is going to be a 4-up. Made it.
Okay. And Crushing Stomps, he only has 2 attacks from this. So 3s and 3s for 1 mortal wound and then 1 save at -1.
And I failed that save.
Okay, so
Total 3 damage.
that is 3 damage total. Okay, and it is your activation.
I will activate the Aether Wings here. They've got an astounding, powerful combat profile. So the 2 Aether Wings are going to be at 4 4s and 3s.
Are you going into the word?
This is into the Warriors, yes.
Okay.
2 hits and 1 at no red.
Okay, that is a 4-up. What should he make? Everything's gone, so I will go into the Salamander next. Salamander, he gets an additional attack from the being in Coalesced. And the goad is not close enough to hit, so this is going to be 4 attacks. 3s and 3s. That 6 goes through to D3 mortal wounds.
Yep.
And here's 3s. So that's 2 saves to make a -2. And then...
Odds. Failed those.
Okay, so that's D3 mortal wounds.
It's
for
3d3 total. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then these are regular damage. So that is 3 mortal wounds and 5 damage total.
Yeah, total of 8 damage.
Yes.
That's the unit.
Okay. And do you have another activation?
I do not.
Okay, then I will pile in with my warriors and do some beat 'em ups. With my 2-inch range. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 guys in with the spears and 4 with the bites. So spears, these are 4s and 3s. For 2, no Ren.
On the Aether Wings,
Yes.
they don't get a save.
That is 1 damage each.
Sure.
And Powerful Jaws, this is going to be 4 guys, 2 attacks each, 5s and 4s. That is 2 saves, no Ren.
Okay, that will be the unit.
Okay.
I do have some battle shock to take, unfortunately. The Longstrikes, they lost 3 models this turn. They're going to be fine. And then the Vindictors also lost 3. And that last Vindictor is going to run.
Okay. I am going to spend a command point to save my Salamander. I can't see any situation where I want him gone. So we are going to pray that he stays around.
Sure.
I'm going to get hold 1 for holding this objective, hold 2, and hold more. Is that the thing here?
Yep.
Yes. And I will get 2 victory points for the battle tactic.
Sure.
So I am going to get 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sounds good.
So I did only tie it here, but I think I wiped off a fair amount. And I did get basically a free unit of warriors to kind of bring me back up.
Yeah, you killed a ton there. Very good turn.
Yeah, it was a good turn for me. I'm still going to be down on points at the end of this turn, but and you still have Celestant Prime and some Annihilators to come in. So, and those Annihilators seemed like it took way more of my army than I thought it would. So
I'm going to pick Conquer for my battle tactic and pick that objective back there. If I control it at the end of the turn, I will complete that. Hopefully I can accomplish that. In my hero phase, I don't have any command points, so no heroic action or anything like that. What would you like to do for your heroic action?
I know the Engine of the Gods' bravery is really low, but I am worried about him dying this turn to your long strikes. So I'm going to try to heal him. It's not very likely, but I have command points. I have spare command points, so I'm not really worried about command points. I'm looking for a 6 or less, which I don't get. I get a 7 exactly. So.
No hero phase things to do. We can get into the movement phase.
Okay.
Into the movement phase, the Annihilators are going to come down. I don't have the Imperatant alive, so they're going to come down outside of 9. With them coming down here, I am within 10 inches of 2 units. I can splash some mortals on. So on the Salamanders, yes, they're going to take 2. And on that unit of Skinks, they are going to take 2 as well.
Okay, so Salamanders are going to take it on the Salamander.
Sure.
And the Skinks. We'll lose 2 guys.
The Celestant Prime is then going to come down.
These Skinks, by the way, are within 12 of the
Sure.
Astro Pair, so
Were they before those 2 died?
yes. So they will try to save, and they do not.
So the Celestant Prime here is going to come down outside of 9 in the center and try to get into some things and start taking things off. That's going to be the goal. And the Annihilators came down as well. I do need to control that objective to complete my battle tactic, so we'll see how that goes. Into shooting, I'm going to shoot the long strikes into the Salamander. Got a total of 4 shots. And 2 are going to hit. And that is going to be 2 at -2.
Puts us on a 6 up, which I make neither of.
It would be 2 damage for 1 damage each, just enough.
Still enough to kill the unit.
Exactly what I needed. The Celestant Prime then is going to designate a point within 24 inches and do some mortal wounds. And he's going to drop that point right here to hit the Star Priest, the Skinks, and the Skink Priest.
Okay.
So the Priest is going to take 3 mortal wounds.
I save 1 of those.
Okay. The Skinks are going to take 1.
They take it.
And the Star Priest is going to take 2.
And he takes this. What's a skink? The Scar Priest takes 2.
Then we can get into the charge phase. Charge phase is going to be simple here. I am going to pick the charge. He uses Celestant's Prime ability. He's going to get a 12 on this charge roll. And he's going to come in.
I do not have anybody within range to unleash hell, and even if I did, probably not the best idea. With 6 or 7 skinks, wouldn't do much damage. So
The Annihilators are out of range to make their charge. Going around the tower there. So it's just the Celestant Prime that's going to be in combat. Galmaraz, because he did spend a round in the heavens, is going to be up to 5 attacks. So that's going to be 5 3s and 2s.
at the beginning of combat, I am going to lower my press at Celestant Prime.
Sure.
And I'm going to use a command point to all-out defense.
Sure. You also can hunt Monstrous Rampage here.
I am going to stomp here, which I get for D3 mortals for 2.
Okay, he does have a 4-up ward, and he's going to save 1 of those, so he takes 1.
Down to 7.
Yep. Now his 5 attacks going into the Stegodon on 3s, and then on 2s, that's going to be 4 at -3.
4 at -3. That would be a 5-up save for me, which I saved none of.
They normally would be 3 damage, but that's dropped down to 2 each, so a total of 8.
Still enough.
Perfect.
Take out.
So overall, about as good as I could have hoped for there. I did complete my battle tactic. I control more objectives. I'm really looking at needing this double, but the Celestant Prime's on the field, so anything can happen now, right? I definitely am looking for this double here. I'm going to get 3 points for objectives, 1 for killing a monster that round, and
2 for your battle tactic.
And 2 for my battle tactic for a total of 6. And we will roll for priority going into round 3.
Yep, not much I could do there.
And I will definitely take the turn. No real choice there. Definitely have to take it.
Okay.
Stormcast, top of round 3. I gain 1 command point, and you gain 2. For my battle tactic, I'm going to select Savage Spearhead. Need to get 2 units wholly within your territory. For my heroic action, I'm going to try to get a command point here with the Celestant Prime. Need a 2-up because my general's dead, and I will get that.
I will do the same for my... let's just use it on Croak. 2-up, and we get it.
Okay. That's going to be it for my hero phase. We can get into movement.
I'm going to set or use a command point from Croak that I just got from the heroic leadership to redeploy with Croak for 3 inches.
Into shooting, the Celestant Prime is going to target the same spot and the same 3 enemy units there.
Okay.
The Priest takes 2.
He goes down to taking 1.
The Skinks take 2.
They take 2.
And the Star Priest takes 2.
And he takes 2 as well. He's down to 1, I believe.
And the Priest is at 1 as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the long strikes are going to divide their shots. This one is not in range of the Star Priest, but he's going to put 2 shots into your Priest, and he's going to put 2 shots into your Star Priest.
Okay.
So into the Priest first. You've got Lookout Sir here, so this is going to be hitting on force. Both hit. Wounding on 2s. Oh, one of those was actually a 6, so that's 2 mortal wounds, and then I have 1 wound roll to make, and that will fail the wound. So 2 mortal wounds.
Okay, he is dead.
Okay. And then into the Star Priest, the other 2 shots.
He is -2 to hit.
Okay, 1 hit then. Effectively -1 to hit. And 1 wound at -2.
I believe he is on a 6-up save then.
Base 5, 1 for being garrisoned.
Yep, so he is on a 6-up save, which I do not make.
2 damage.
So it goes down to 1 damage.
Yep.
And we will try to save it with the Astrolith Bearer. Did not do it. So that kills him as well.
Oh, exactly perfect.
It was the right move.
I've got a long charge with the Annihilators. Going to attempt that first. They do get a reroll. The 5 is not going to do it, so they're going to use their free reroll. 7 inches will also not do it.
Okay.
So killing the both of the skink casters really changes my game plan here going forward. I was going to go into the heroes and start trying to whittle them down, pick them off. I could still do that and go for the Astrolith Bearer or something like that, but I think the play here is probably to start removing bodies. I'm so far behind on bodies, I just want to get these warriors tied up and start killing things. So the Celestant is going to attempt his charge into the warriors. And he got a 10-inch charge.
Okay.
So he's going to line up right here. And he's going to put all of his attacks into the warriors there. Nothing to do at the start of the combat phase. I am going to spend the free command point that he got at the start of the turn to give him all-out attack, and then put all his attacks in. So that means his attacks, he's got 5 attacks with Galmaraz. They're coming in on 2s and 2s with the all-out attack. Oh, rough. 2 at -3.
I do not get a save on this.
Okay, 3 damage each, reduced to 2 damage each, so a total of 4 damage.
4 guys gone. Attack backs. So it's going to be 6 attacks with the pole arms, and then it's going to be 6 attacks as well with the bites. 4s and 3s on the pole arms. That is 3 saves at no run.
3 ups. Failed one of those, and he's got his 4-up ward. It's fine.
Hey. And 5s and 4s on the bites. No hits.
Okay. End of the combat phase then. I've got no battle shock to take.
I'm going to spend a command point to save the warriors because they are on that objective. And they currently still have it.
Sure.
So, just to keep some bodies on there.
So in order to get at the warriors, I had to move out of the territory, which was my Savage Spearhead criteria. Definitely a mistake on my part to not move the Vindictors into that territory, knowing that I potentially was going to move the Celestant Prime out, but I felt like it was worth it to try to minimize the swing back against the Celestant Prime, get him out of as much combat as possible. So I don't get my battle tactic here, which is a little bit frustrating, but I do have a really nice points lead, and I'm hoping I can hang on to that. I do have 2 objectives held, so that's going to be a total of 3 victory points from that.
I also do have a battle shock to take for the skinks. I lost 2, and with a 6, I lose 2 more.
Okay.
And last turn we didn't say it, but I had 1 command point left, and I spent it to save the skinks.
Sure. And then we can get into the bottom of round 3.
Okay.
For Seraphon, neither of us gains a command point.
Yes, I am going to. Croak has his ability to get command points back on Forest, so he gets 2 additional command points.
Sure.
So I go up to 3. We are going to pick Conquer to take an objective you control. We are going to do a heroic action, try to get a command point from Croak, which I do because my general is gone.
And I will attempt the same with the Celestant, and I do.
We are going to do the Sage's Staff for the Celestial Asterism.
Okay.
And we will go into the turn. I have no more priests, so I have no prayers to forget.
Also, at the start of the hero phase, I am going to spend a command point from the Longstrike Prime here to rally. So I've got 4 Longstrikes dead, looking for 6s here. No 6s. Wasted command point, but I thought it was worth it there to try to get some more wounds into that unit.
So we are going to cast Comet's Call with Croak first. That's a 4, so that goes to an 8. So that is just D3 units for 2. We are going to do your Long Strikes and your Annihilators.
Sure.
I wanted to get Celestant Prime in the mix, but with his 4-up ward, I don't have great hopes for killing him. So for the bow guys in the back, for 2, and the Annihilators for 3. We're going to cast Walk Between Realms on the skinks, just to let them fly so we can go right over that terrain. That is on an 8, so that goes off.
Sure.
We are going to Mystic Shield on Croak, just in case. Get that on an 11. And we will cast Arcane Bolt on Croak as well. For a 9. So that goes off. Okay. Into movement phase. Shooting phase, I don't have much to do. We're going to shoot with the 3 skinks into the Celestant Prime on 5s and 5s. For nothing. Beginning of combat, we're going to spend a command point to all-out attack from the warriors.
Sounds good. I will spend the free command point that the Prime got at the start of the turn for all-out defense.
It's going to be 6 attacks with the polearms. Or with the spears. 4s, but now 3s. And 3s for 3 of them, no rend.
2 ups. Failed one of those. 4 up. Failed that. He takes a damage.
Hey. 4s and 4s on the bites.
You've just got. Oh yeah, 3. The 6 bites. Yeah.
For 1, no rend.
2 up. Made.
Hey. Okay.
He will swing back. Then he's got his 5 attacks with Galvaraz. On 3s and 2s. That is going to be 3 at -3.
I do not get a save on those, so that is going to be the unit dead. Oh, wait. I have...
Astral Repair.
Yeah, I forgot about those. Hey!
1 lives.
1 sticks around.
That could be consequential.
So we are going to make it... champion. Actually, yeah. We have to do it that way.
Battle Shock then?
Battle Shock, we are going to... And obviously I am not... Actually, I am within range of that. So at the beginning of the Battle Shock phase, I will unleash his Arcane Bolt to do 1 mortal wound.
Okay, 1 mortal wound due to the
To the
Vindictive.
Vindictive Pierce, yeah.
Got it.
Battle Shock, I will spend a command point to auto pass with my warrior from him.
Sure. How many points did you get there? You control this objective, you control that objective. That's going to be 3.
Yes.
And you got your battle tactic for a total of 5?
Yes.
Okay.
So the score is?
12 to 16.
Okay.
Going into the top of 4. Big priority roll here. And a tie, I will keep the turn. So going into the top of round 4, I'm going to give 1 command point to your 2. For my battle tactic, I'm going to pick Broken Ranks and select that unit of 3 skinks. For my heroic action, I'm going to attempt to heal the Celestant Prime. 7 is, so he's going to heal D3, and he's going to get 1 back.
Actually, I'm going to try to get a command point from Crow.
Sure.
Which I do. So he has an extra command point.
With my 1 command point, I am going to attempt a rally on the Longstrikes. Looking for 6s. None of them. Into the movement phase then. Into shooting here. The Longstrikes are going to shoot at your unit of 3 skinks. Yep. 2 shots. 1 hit. That's just 2 mortal wounds.
6s. I do not make either.
Kills 2. Leave that there. That helps with my decision about the shooting from the Celestant Prime. He's just going to pick a point. That gets both the Astrolith Bearer and that skink. On the skink, D3. 1. Got a 6 up.
There's a potential here.
There is.
Oops.
And on
So
the
close.
Astrolith Bearer, he's going to take 2.
Astrolith Bearer trying to save. Saves neither. That was really, really close.
It was. I wish I had run with the Annihilators now. I was hoping to keep them in reserve as a long bomb charge if the skinks didn't get taken off the table there, just as a last-ditch effort. Now I wish I had run them, but such is life. The Prime is just going to... I've got 1 charge to do over here with the Vindictors.
Yes, sir.
They need a 3, and they are going to get a 9.
Okay. Just because Croak has a free command point, we are going to unleash hell with the skinks.
Sure. Hitting on 6s.
Maybe we get lucky. We don't get lucky.
Okay.
We get the opposite of lucky.
Those are 5s and 4s, right?
Yes. 5 and 5s.
I'm then going to fight first with the Vindictors.
Alright, we are going to spend a command point for all-out defense.
Sure. Got a total of 9 attacks here for this unit. 3s and 3s base. That is going to be 1 mortal wound. And then 3 at -1.
The 3 at -1, they have shields, so they're +1. And then they're +1 from all-out defense, so they'll be saving on 5s. Save none of them. So 1 damage each.
Yep.
Kill 4 guys.
I'll take it.
So we are going to attack with the Saurus. 1 from the polearm. Doesn't hit. 2 from the bite. For 1. No rend.
1 at no rend is a 3-up, and he'll make it.
Okay.
Celestant Prime then into that lone champion of the cause.
I've got high hopes for him. I don't have
Rightly so. That is 1 at -3.
And he dies.
Okay.
Close but no cigar. Okay, and we will attack back with the skinks. So we are going to attack with...
I only control 1 objective right now. I don't control more objectives.
Yes.
Control 1, got my battle tactic for a total of 3 victory points here.
And I'm going to be spending a command point, my last command point, to save the skinks.
Sure.
I just want to keep as many bodies over there as I can.
Makes sense. So,
Okay.
bottom of 4.
At the beginning of the hero phase, we are going to get command points from Croak on 4s for 2 of them. Been pretty consistently 2 all game. Heroic action, we are going to try to get another one from Croak, which I do not get on a 1.
Celestant Prime will also be going for a command point on a 2, and got it.
I am running out of battle tactics that I can do that are advantageous for me. I'm going to do ferocious advance this turn, and we are going to go into magic. Croak is going to cast Comet's Call, which I get for D6 units. I'm hoping for a 4. And I get 6.
All the units.
Yeah, we'll pick all units on the field. Starting with the Annihilators, they take 3.
That'll kill 1.
Celestant Prime for 2.
He's got his 4-up ward.
Yep.
Pass 1.
The Longstrikes for 2. And the Vindictors for 3.
Okay. One of them died within range, so he's going to have 3 dice going into the skinks looking for 6s.
You just took 2 off.
Yeah, but only one of them was in range.
Oh, is it 1 entry? Nice. Okay. So that was pretty good. We will do Celestial Deliverance then, which I get on a 14. The only 2 in range are Celestant Prime and the Vindictors. Celestant Prime is only in range because of the Astrolith Bearer. So that's our 16-inch range on that. So Vindictors on a 2-up, take D3 for 3.
Okay. Thunderstrike, 3 dice coming back, no mortals.
Okay. And Celestant Prime for 1.
Okay. 4-up, made it.
Okay. We will cast it again. Get it on an 11.
Sure.
Vindictors for 1.
That's the unit, 6 is mortals, 1 mortal wound to the skinks.
Kill Skink. And Celestant Prime dodges it this turn, or that magic. And we'll cast it one more time. Looking for a 9 on this one, which I get. Celestant Prime for 1.
4-up, fail it.
So chipping away at him, little by little. Movement phase. So, my movement phase, I ran those 3 units. Not looking to get into combat with the Celestant Prime, just trying to get some battle tactics knocked off. Moved the Skinks kind of behind the building, and kept the Source Guard in front. So hopefully tank some wounds. And that is my turn.
Okay.
I lost 1 Skink, so we're fine.
And no relevant battle shock here.
Yep, Annihilators are high enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to get hold 1, hold 2, hold more, and I will get my battle tactic for 5 more points.
Sure.
Which puts us at
17 to 19.
Okay, so you're at 19?
Yep.
Okay. This is probably going to be the biggest priority roll.
In a game of big priority rolls.
It seems like every priority roll this game has been, hey, could be the end of the game.
I do win ties here. And you will take it.
I will take the double here. I might have, I definitely wanted to get the Annihilator in and did not, but in range of Celestial Deliverance, but that is okay. So, beginning of the turn, beginning of the hero phase.
Yep, top of 5. We each gain 1 command point. I'll gain 2 here.
I am going to pick Savage Spearhead.
Sure.
And we will roll for Croak to see if I get any more command points. And I get 2. So it has been 2 every time. Up to 3. Astrolith Bearer has a bravery of 8, so we will try to do the heal on him, which I don't get on a 12.
I will attempt the heal on the Celestant Prime. He's bravery 10. I'll get that for D3, and he's going to get back 1.
Okay. That was good for me. I need you to not get as many of those as we can. So.
I was really looking for the 3 there.
Yep. So we will cast. Let's do Comet's Call first. On a 10 with the +4. So D3 units, or D6 units, but
Both units.
it's both of them. So Celestant Prime is taking 2 currently.
4 ups. Saved one of them.
And the Annihilator is taking 1.
Yep.
So good for him. And then we will do Celestial Deliverance, which I get on a 13. So Celestant Prime takes 3.
4 ups. Made 2.
We'll attempt to cast it again. And do not get it that time. And we'll attempt to cast it one more time. On a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So
Goes on.
takes 3.
4 ups. Made 1 of them. 2 more damage.
So he is down to 6.
He's taken 6. He's got 2 left.
Okay, we will go to movement phase. Okay, so I moved a little bit of reworking. I moved the skinks just to like hug the outside of this objective here. The guard and the Astrolith Bear move forward to charge, and Croak just kind of hugged around the back. So we are going to roll charges for the Astrolith Bear, which I get a 4. So
That's enough.
exactly what I needed to get there.
And here you're just getting as much to tie the Celestant Prime up as possible.
Yeah. I need to avoid you potentially getting the Celestant Prime over to this objective, because if you can hold 2, that's 2 extra points. And the way this game is gone, it's very, very close. So, and the guard for 8. Combat. We're going to start with the guard.
Okay. I will spend a command point here for all-out defense.
And I'm going to spend a command point for
All-out attack.
5 Source Guard in there. They have their pole arms, which are 2 attacks each, plus the 1 from the leader. This is going to be 2s and 3s. 1 miss. So that is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 at -1.
8 of them with the -1 and the all-out defense is 3 ups. Failed 2 of those. I've got 4 up wards, and failed 1 of those. He takes 1 damage.
That puts him down to 1.
That's correct.
Alright. Bites. These are 4s and 4s. That is 5 hits. And 4 wounds. No rend on these ones.
4 at 2 ups. Made them all.
And you are good.
All right, the Celestant Prime, in a desperate bid to survive, is going to put all of his attacks into the Astrolith Bearer.
Okay. I am going to spend a command point for all-out defense.
Sure.
So I at least have a save on this.
These are going to be 3s and 2s. That is 3 at -3.
Looking for 6s. Save none of them.
And they are on 2 damage each, normally 3.
And 6s to ignore. Ignore 1, take 5. That puts me down to 7, which is more wounds than he has.
Just enough.
Yeah, just enough to kill him.
So you did get Savage Spearhead, and you control these 2 objectives.
So I will get 5 this turn, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Bring you to 22, to my 19, going into the bottom of 5. Ugly situation here for me, really. So I somehow need to get 3 victory points or deny the grand strategy, which would involve killing Croak. Seems unlikely. Gonna be tough, but the Celestant Prime being locked up in combat means that he cannot fly over to an objective and grab it. He's the only way they're going to claim an objective here is if they take it the old-fashioned way, which seems really unlikely, but there is a narrow path to victory. For my heroic action, then, I am going to heal the Celestant Prime under his bravery, so he's going to heal for 2.
I'm going to get a command point from Croak, which I do.
And then we can get into movement. I'm going to run the Annihilator. And normally we just do our run rolls off camera, but I need to make this run roll. He needs to get on the objective. He needs a 4 to get on the objective on this run roll. Otherwise, he's not going to make it. And he got a 5. So he is on the objective.
On the objective.
So into the shooting phase then. The Celestant is going to pick a point right here, target both of these units.
Yep.
D3 into Croak, 2 into Croak. And then into the guard, really hoping for at least 2 here. 1.
Croak, I have to roll this. If I roll an 18, he's dead. I do not.
Into the combat phase then, very simple task. I just need to kill all of the guard.
And I will all-out defense this with the free command point from Croak.
Makes sense. So I just need all of these to convert. 3s and 2s. And that is the game. 2s. Yes, that is the game. So that is going to be 3 at -3.
I get 6s. I make 2 of them.
Yeah.
So
That's definitely the game.
Yeah.
Well, good game. So how it comes down there is that I don't take that objective. I score only 1 point this turn. Don't complete my battle tactic, obviously. I go to 20 to the 22 on the Seraphon side. Close game, close throughout. The Stormcast definitely wither under the mortal wound span, right? The wounds are so expensive in Stormcast that definitely you're able to take a ton off the table there. But my output was really good.
I really wanted to get, because I just painted Croak, and I really wanted to get him on the table.
He's strong.
Yeah. I don't feel like new Croak is any less effective than old Croak. With an Asteroid Barrier, you're still doing your Celestial Deliverance at 16 inches. That did keep the Celestant Prime out of it once. I could see how if you miscast, that could be real bad. But yeah, I thought this was a really, really close game.
My hammers all being 2 damage in this matchup. I mean, Galmaraz on the Celestant Prime is 3 damage. So if you count him as a hammer, 3 damage there. But the rest of my hammers, the Annihilators and the Chariot has some 2 damage. The Longstrikes are all 2 damage. All of that 2 damage stuff is so bad against Coalesced, right?
Yeah, and Longstrikes, I feel like Longstrikes are really strong.
Yeah, for sure.
Having 2 attacks each.
30-inch range base. They used to have 30-inch range only if they didn't move, and now that's just 30-inch range.
How much are they?
Move as well. 240 for 3.
Okay,
so they're
very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
That unit was 480.
That's okay. That is really expensive, but they do. They do a lot.
For this matchup, Judicators aren't much less output. They're definitely less output because they're not wounding as consistently. They've only got the -1 rend, but they've still got the mortal wounds on 6s. For this match in particular, you'd be better off with Judicators because they're 1 damage instead of 2 damage.
Yeah, I feel like that's the
volume
case.
of fire.
That's the case with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Although you did do 6 mortal wounds to the, or 8 mortal wounds to the was it to the engine or the Stegodon?
I think it was
and
6.
And just took it right off.
Yeah.
So hard to say how that would have went, one way or another.
Right.
I didn't roll almost any 5-ups for my Amulet of Destiny. Obviously, that's not really a great representation.
You always expect, on a Stegodon, you should expect 5 extra wounds from that amulet, or 4.8 extra wounds from that amulet.
Yeah,
So.
and having 2 extra wounds per monster, it kept the Stegodon alive, kept the Engine of the Gods alive an extra turn, so turned out to be pretty big. That Chariot is strong.
He does well. He had some decent fighting, just 12 wounds on a 3-up for 165 with good movement.
Yeah,
I mean, that's his play.
And a charge, more wounds on a
overcharge.
Yep. You spiking that redeploy really helped too.
Yeah, I got getting the 6 there. I only needed something like a 2 to get out of the Salamander.
Yeah,
but being able to pull him back into safer territory. The the turning point in the game was I chose not to do the Savage Spearhead and go after the Warriors. I was really expecting a lot better output into the Warriors, and they tied me up then for 3 rounds of combat.
Yeah, for a unit that didn't start on the field, I think they.
It was the turn I charged in, and the following turn, and then you still kept one around after that. That's fantastic for a summon from the Engine of the Gods.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I summoned him on a command point.
No, you got him with the regular, and
then
then you got a heal or something.
But yeah, definitely a very close game. Stormcast feels really strong.
I think there's some play. I think I didn't have. So there's a couple units in Stormcast right now that have just incomparable output, and I didn't bring any for this. I really am thinking about a unit of Fulminators with a Lord Relictor to translocate them off the field. That's the sort of thing where you just throw it in and start taking off 2 units of combat phase consistently, or 2 units at least on that first combat phase when they're on the charge. Excited to see what they can do. They're definitely going to be making my list soon. So there's some, I think, stronger hammers, better hammers. Never got to use the Paladin ability in this matchup just because the things I wanted to go into were monsters. So it was, I need to be outnumbered to get that Paladin ability in Knights Excelsior, and that obviously doesn't apply to Bastillodon.
Yeah, and the unfortunately the relic that you brought didn't have a lot of play here because Croak just mortal wounded them off the table.
Right. It may have influenced a little bit of where shots went, but it doesn't matter if you can just microwave them.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, very good game, Alex. Happy to have you on the channel.
Awesome. Yeah.
And thanks everybody that stuck around till now. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Please like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you're enjoying and what we can improve for next time. And just happy to have you. Thanks everybody.